again, and welcome to this episode of WashU MaRs News Update. I'm Laurie Brady, Supervisor, Washington University Mail and Receiving Services. With me today is Peggy Smith, Senior Manager for Mail and Receiving Services for the University. Thanks for joining us today, Peggy.
Thank you, Laurie. I'm happy to be here and to take this opportunity to share a message in this innovative way through the YouTube video.
Great. So one thing I wanted to address today is there's been a lot of talk out there about WashU MaRs switching from the old standard campus box to the new and innovative MailStopCode. So I just wanted to take a minute and sort of go through how that process is working. First, Peggy, can you tell me the difference between a campus box and a MailStopCode?
Sure. So the campus box terminology has been used here at the university for quite a few years. And the U.S. Post Office doesn't recognize our campus box. That is for our use only. And the fact that when we spell out box in an address, the USPS may misread that as a P.O. box. And our campus box numbers are not P.O. box numbers. So we have been talking about for quite some time moving towards a more common terminology that is MailStopCode. So we have started some departments in using the MailStopCode, and we abbreviate that MSC. So that and it's also recognized by the U.S. Post Office. So,
Peggy, can you tell us how a MailStopCode is established?
Certainly. So the MailStopCode, we're going to use your existing campus box number. And so the next component is going to be the building number. There's a unique number for every building throughout the entire university. And then we are going to include either a suite or a floor. So for instance, we could take a look at campus box 8,000. And in the central services receiving area and the sorting area, building 049, and our suite we're on the first floor. Rather than using my particular room number, we'll use a floor. So it'd be 8000-049-01. It'd be as easy as that. And we can use that throughout the entire university, the medical school, and the Danforth campus.
Thanks, Peggy. That was a great explanation. You did touch on it a bit, but can you go a little more in depth into why we're making this change now?
Okay, sure, certainly. So this seems like a perfect opportunity now to make this change, especially with the students who live on campus. They used the campus box in the past. So this year when the students started, they're using the MailStopCode, and their database switched over also. So we were able to work with the registrar's office and Residential Life in transitioning their campus box over to a MailStopCode. And we are using their entry ID number for their unique MailStopCode. So that worked out really well, and we're able to test that out. And so many of you know also that we're transitioning over to My Day. And there's quite a few work groups out there, and I had an opportunity to work with the work group with regard to the campus box and how that's going to transition over. And so we're looking at that. Now, My Day would not translate the campus box that well, so we're going to be taking the MailStopCode and creating that with Human Resources.
That's great. It seems like the timing is really good right now. We talked about the students already switching over. What do you see as a time frame for the rest of the university?
Okay, certainly. As I mentioned before, the transition to My Day is a perfect opportunity to do that. So and again, working with the work groups, we have already created a draft of the MailStopCodes. And for folks who are printing new stationery and they reach out to us, we can transition them, provide them with their new MailStopCode. And they seem very excited about that, actually. And we provide that. So we're using it a lot with business reply, mail, and as I said, when departments move to a new area, again, that's a perfect opportunity to do that. You don't need to worry about changing everything right away because it's going to take time to transition everything over. So bear with us as we work through all of that and reach out if you have any questions for us.
That's great, Peggy. I'm wondering if it would be helpful to our viewers if we had some examples.
Certainly, I'd love to provide you some examples. We'll start with the Danforth campus. The Chancellor's Office, that's probably a pretty good one to start with. Their box number is 1192. They're in North Brookings. The building number for that is 105. And they're in Suite 228. So their MailStopCode is going to be 1192, 105, 228. I have another example. Can I provide another one, Lori?
That'd be great.
Okay, great. So the development office is over at the West Campus, and their box number is 1082. The West Campus building that they're in is 414, and they are in Suite 2555. So again, it's 1082, 414, and 2555, which is their suite. All right, I have a couple of examples for the medical school, and I have an example of the surgery. So their HPB office is in the maternity building. Their box number is 8109. They're in building 05, and they happen to be on the 5th floor. So 8109, 0505 is their MailStopCode. And I have one more example if we have time.
Absolutely.
All right. The neurology, their box number is 8111. They're in the MCC, and I might mention here, I'd like to mention that the folks who moved over to the MCC building was one of the first groups to acquire the MailStopCode. So they have neurology in the MCC building, which is building 29, and on the suite 9000, which is the 9th floor. So their MailStopCode is 8111 29-9000. See how easy that is?
It's absolutely easy.
And we hope that it will be more efficient as well.
Peggy, thanks for joining us today. That was a lot of great information.
Thank you for having me. As always, if you have any questions, please reach out to Lori or myself. Our emails are listed here, and happy to answer any questions that you may have. Have a great day.